I should adjust this a little bit. It's really hard to adjust this this top curtain now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today, welcome to Alchemy. So, Alchemy's just been released today, and we have cracked quite a few packs of this already. And to also celebrate it, they're giving us a free event. It's a good way to get additional packs as well. I believe they give you 3 packs when you first log in. When you join the event, they give you another 3 packs, and you can earn a few more, so to a total of another 3 packs if you get all the way up to 5 wins. Also 2,000 XP, so not bad. Event currently is a bit all over the place in the sense that people are still trying everything. So I would say the earlier the better in doing this event. For now, I actually opted to try a party build, but it was admittedly also all over the place. So I decided I'd do something a little bit more within my comfort zone. So this is Alchemy Clerics. So takes a bunch of the typical good stuff. That's bunch of the typical good stuff. Voice of the Blessed, Cleric of Life's Bond, Markup Purifier is a way to draw extra cards. Righteous Valkyrie, always good. Aura Skyclave Hierophant, a way to get my stuff back, because things die very easily here. I'm gonna highlight the cards that well, let's start with Luminart Aspirant. Definitely downgraded in that you don't get the counter you don't get the counter too early enough to benefit your next combat step, but it does make it in a way that you can safely cast this post combat now. So a little less immediate, but still quite decent. I haven't gotten around to that. The one I really wanted to try out are actually the uncommons. So Angel of Unity, pretty much a very good way to give a party creature in hand +1/+1, and it's more permanent than the Aspirant's +1/+1 counter. So it kind of functions as like Aspirant's 5, 6, 7, 8, but I'm working a little bit differently. I'm also trying out 2 copies of Faithful Disciple, mostly to see if the spellbook part is relevant. I did earlier testing without it. I'm testing it now just to get a few more alchemy cards in. But there's a good chance that this one might not do so well. The thing with spellbook is it gives you a choice of up to 3 cards. So yes, it works like Hearthstone. I would say the best hits would probably be Authority if you're up against aggro. Sigil, we don't have that many enchantments. We do have 3 copies of Cleric class, so we do have a way to chug stuff out, but I wouldn't count on that too much. All That Glitters, it's fine. Vanishing Light is probably one of the better hits. Divine Visitation, nah, this one's not a good hit for us. Duelist Heritage is a good hit, I suppose. Glorious Anthem, also a good hit. Gauntlets of Light, it's a weird hit, but I'll take it. Teleportation Circle can be a very good hit depending on what we land. Angelic Gift, it's fine. Spectral Steel, +2/+2 could be fine also. Also get additional Cleric classes if we need to, which is actually quite good. And Angelic Exaltation, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. I can understand if you don't want to run it, you probably shouldn't. There are many other options. I'm also adding a single copy of Forsaken Crossroads, though this one not really so much of a big benefit except for really specific conditions, so it's a bit hard to judge. I'm just leaving it here anyway. But otherwise, it's some typical Cleric life game. I would recommend trying out the new stuff, but don't go too far ham into it. Make sure it's something that you have some familiarity with, so that so that it's easier to play around stuff. It's easier to work things out. I actually could have put more copies of Tabrax, but it is gonna start messing up my mana base a bit. So that said, we'll probably do turn 2 Aspirant, definitely playing the Emerius Call as a land. You could just go Aspirant. Maybe Bloodchief's Thirst on the side. Opponent taking the mulligan, so let's see. And yeah, that's the perks of having a free event. It's very people will just concede for any reason. Well, we got ourselves a free win, but we're here to make a video, so let's see if we can get some matches. I'll probably open this pack later. I'm actually curious if it's possible. I think it is possible to open one of the regular adjusted cards here in an Alchemy pack, but you have to have all the Alchemy cards first, so I wouldn't count on that. It's probably a long ways off. Okay, this one's a bit more reasonable. We probably go Shattered Sanctum, Cleric of Life's Bond, Cleric of Life's Bond. Well, Cleric of Life's Bond first, then Voice of the Blessed, hold up Bloodchief's Thirst is an option, especially if opponent's going into zombies. We'll see if our opponent is going Jadar. There is going to be a good amount of Shambling Gas, Undead Butler, mill 3 cards. Okay, that's actually good for us. So, first things first, Voice of the Blessed. Spread the love a little bit. We really could use another. Okay, so they probably could get an Undead Butler again, so that's a consideration. I can also probably snipe that one. Pass the turn for now, because I can go Cleric of Life's Bond, buff these guys even more, then go for the bigger thing. It's also I probably would have sacked the Undead Butler to get back the Blade Stitch Cob, but I guess our opponent needs a treasure quite quickly, so that's something to keep in mind. We really need another Black Source, so we could go Cleric into Elderfang Disciple. Start putting some pressure, I guess. Shambling Gas. Opponent is venting everything out. Infernal Grasp could also do it, but we need to keep growing the board. So we're holding on this one right now, hoping our opponent doesn't have an answer for Voice of the Blessed. They're just going for the Necro Duality quite quickly into another Shambling Gas. That's kind of fine for now. Okay, so we have an option between Elderfang and Righteous Valkyrie. It would definitely give us a flying Voice of the Blessed. I'm actually going to play the Elderfang Disciple first, because we need to start emptying our opponent's hand of cards. And there we go. Now our opponent is forced to have removal. They could still have it, which would be a problem. I'm pretty sure they have removal. I would be shocked if they did not. Okay, it turns out they did not. I did see them discard Meat-Hook Massacre. Okay, so they did not hit the removal. We took a risk there. We almost did not hit. I'm probably going to adjust our mana a bit, though. Well, that one was kind of fine, I suppose. Yeah, I think I want to adjust our mana a bit. 5 plains, 2 swamps. Yeah, that's too much. I know. Our mana is our indication's like 13-19, but if we ignore the 2 Emerias, it's actually a little bit closer. So we probably will just go 4-3 instead. We'll make that adjustment and we'll continue the game. I probably could also say cut the Elder Fang Disciples for something, for another white card per se. That would also help. That will also help the math. Okay, so okay, actually not too sketchy. We will play the Shine Shadow Snarl first, because we have to consider a possibility that we need the turn 1 Blood Chiefsters. Okay, not there yet. So we're gonna go Angel of Unity first, because we get an immediate benefit on. We'll put in the aspirant, though it Design Naturalist. We're gonna take the hit. Yeah, we're gonna go Cleric of Life's Bond first. Probably, yeah, send it to Aura. Snipe the Naturalist. Then gain some life off Angel of Unity to buff the Cleric. Yeah, I probably should have put one of these buffs on the Cleric first, like instead of the Aspirant. The opponent going Realm Walker. Okay, that's fine. The Cleric of Life's Bond is gonna get pretty big, but so we're gonna need to start using the Aspirant to put counters. We really could use another land to get the Aura down. Probably one of the. Okay. So definite. Well, technically, we can swing with Angel of Unity. It's a cheap way to gain extra life. We can also just swing with Cleric of Life's Bond. I'm okay with that too, because we are about to get Aura live. Probably put in the Faithful Disciple. It's something that I don't mind dying. There's an argument for putting the Aspirant to have it dodge certain removal spells. Opponent goes Ren and 7. They can buff it, but they're probably not gonna attack with it. Ooh, interesting. I probably want to pass the turn, save the Rebirth, but we also want to get something to die at least, so we can probably tutor for something. It does feel bad though. I'm gonna pass for now. Yeah, hold up the Malakir Rebirth. And we need to start getting some. No, we need to start getting some cards out of range though. Though I think our opponent Pack Piper, fine. Hits 2 lands, drops, well, technically drops Tovolar. Our opponent can now activate, but has to activate it as a sorcery, so it skips their combat. Volatile Arsonist. Okay, so slightly whiffs that one. can afford to lose 2, right? So basically, this is us trying to see... Oh, I shouldn't have done... Oh wait, no, it's fine. Okay. So I have my choices between... I guess we take Duelist Heritage. Opponent needs to start deciding where they want to dump the counters to. I can also let the Faithful Disciple die again just to get... Okay, because this one... Yeah, still 1 creature in the yard. Opponent might make another Tree Folk, but it would be quite smaller. Opponent is dumping creatures. Wow, they might be able to dump their whole board. So this is actually a very interesting matchup. We were shy on our removal though, so that was kind of the bad part. When they're going Field Trip, they're probably gonna... Okay. Containment Breach. Probably on the Duelist Heritage, because that's gonna be a big deal. I would love to play the Faithful Disciple, but yeah, missing the land drops is also an annoyance. So we'll see if our opponent is forced to block. It doesn't have trample, so our opponent can just block with 1 creature. It would be a bit sad that way, but that's how it goes. Yeah, we are actually missing some tree drop clerics, so I probably would want to try to fit Tabarax or something later. I will note that our opponent, yeah, not taking advantage of the... More, I would say it's more taking advantage of how open this format is, so... Not much in the... Oh, wow. Okay, you have to click, then you have to decline. That's how it works. So, 9-8. I guess we might be done with the Aspirant at this point. So, a trick I could have done is actually block with Aura also. Yeah, because we were another Heritage. It does mean if our but yeah, the problem is what we actually wanted is flying. So I might actually just hold back, wait, play out the Faithful Disciple, get something else to die. Opponent's actually gonna let the Cleric class go into a Ranger class. Oh, there's our mana, but I'm not exactly that helpful in this instance. Might as well just play this, though. Okay, if we let... Probably better to do it on defense. Technically, I could do it on offense. the key part is that I need Faithful Disciple to hit something good. Actually, I should have gotten an Angelic Gift, if only to limit the number of cards our opponent can block with. But yeah, our opponent just managed to... I'm really curious how our opponent... Yeah, I really kind of did not notice how our opponent got so many cards. So I might use the I might use Aura to buy back a Faithful Disciple. So taking. These don't have Trample. Also, our opponent not exactly attacking with everything when they should. So let's go for this block is obvious. Okay, so we get to buy back either Angel of Unity, probably not. I think I want to get back the Faithful Disciple. Just keep churning out enchantments if we can. It's always good. We're probably still gonna die though, but yeah, we kind of needed that a lot earlier. We kind of needed that earlier. I think the mistake was when we got Duelist Heritage, we were supposed to get Angelic Gift. That would have drawn us one card closer. The ability to get flying all of a sudden would have been a big deal. Yeah, we kind of misplayed that. Remember that our creatures don't have trample, so double strike doesn't really mean much. So I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, so that first game, It does show how interesting Angel of Unity and Faithful Disciple are. I'd probably also cut the... Okay, so... Sanctum, Unity, Valkyrie. I could if our opponent doesn't have a kill... Oh, they have their own Angel of Unity. And you also did hit a Markov Purifier, so... We'll go with Righteous Valkyrie first because it allows us to buff the Markov Purifier. Offer the swing. Next turn we can play Purifier. Opponent goes this. Okay, we have a Shine Shadow Snarl. So we're keeping up the Malakir Rebirth in case we do need the Rebirth. We also have the option for Purifier hit with Angel of Unity, then draw a card, which is... So opponent going for the Super Aspirant play into a Null Priest. That's okay, fine. Actually, not so fine. So now we are in a sort of race to gain enough life to start catching up. Kind of Shine Shadow Snarl. Okay, so we actually gained life there. I can actually hold back. Like, I can swing with Angel of Unity, but I think I want to actually hold back first. Now, I need to decide if I want to draw the card now or hold the Rebirth. Let's scare them. Let's hold the Rebirth up. Well, technically, it's not scare because I do have a legitimate threat, but... Okay, Cleric of Life's Bond. So they could have a combat trick, which would be annoying. Okay. Not too bad. They're also running Faithful Disciple. And they're gonna start dumping it there. So we do hit our own Cleric of Life's Bond. Let's play this out. And start drawing cards. Neat, Cleric class. So now it's a race to... Okay, opponent does have Aura. They probably... But only 2 good hits. I'm probably gonna just... Oh, they're not even gonna... They're gonna try to buff 1 card, I suppose. Actually, the mana is perfect, so I can go level 2. Still hit with Angel of Unity. Gain life multiple ways. I'm gonna definitely put the counter on the Valkyrie. And still draw a card. Nice, another Purifier. If our opponent doesn't do anything, we are gonna get very close to our... So we lose Purifier, sort of. Go down to their last card. You're trying to see what do they get back if they swing and let Aura die. Yeah, because these are 2s. It's either Aura or Elite Spellbinder that dies. Opponent swings with Faithful Disciple. I think I just take it. Let's see. We go down to 21. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7. Okay, we take the hit. Let's not risk it if we don't have to. Another Faithful Disciple. Yeah, I could have blocked. So we gain. We're actually... Yeah, we're actually gonna not draw a card here. Opponent concedes. Looks like... Did they not remember? Well, they don't know we have interaction either, but... Yeah, it looks like our creatures got bigger than theirs. And it probably super suspicious that I did not draw a card, so they probably suspected correctly that I had the removal. Well, there we go. It looks like we're gonna be seeing a lot of these life gain builds. White green is also a possibility since that's also a cleric build. Though, why did I not go white green? Well, one, I wanted removal. That's pretty much it. I guess I can do a white-green version and just and instead of a cleric build, actually it's a you can just go straight life gain, but you're not exactly benefiting much. In fact, you'll be running a lot of the. Okay, so turn 1 Malakir Rebirth, turn 2 Angel of Unity. Yeah, Angel of Unity is always solid. Mana base not quite solid, but that's the breaks. Our opponent is playing blue-black, which signifies boring control. That's pretty much all it does. Now, control is actually pretty good here. It's Esper control. Even more boring. No, I'm sorry if I'm sounding quite negative, but I'll be honest. That's pretty much what we have here. It's let's put in the Cleric of Life's Bond. Add the Cleric class. If our opponent has a way to snipe it, it'll be annoying. I'm actually seeing this build with Sedgemoor Witch quite a lot, to the point that I suspected a bunch of people just might have just copied it from some YouTuber. Well, don't get me wrong. I probably would do the same thing too. In fact, I'm actually more curious than annoyed at this rate. So I probably will just play the Cleric of Life's Bond here. If our opponent has a counter spell, we do have the 1 mana up for it. Yeah, we're missing lands as well, so we're not exactly favored. Now, I didn't put in the voice because that benefits off counters. It doesn't benefit off. It doesn't benefit off just the straight power push. Yeah, let's play the other cleric class. Opponent might counter this. I would actually be glad to get. Okay, they did not. And they're just gonna Fading Hope the cleric. It's kind of fine. But we really need another land. Just to give us options. Because as it is, getting stuck on 3 lands is a bit of a disaster right now. Flips. So our opponent is now the life gain deck. Wow, we're not hitting our lands. We probably are going to lose. Technically, I could choose the same one over and over again, but let's spread the love. I think I would not be surprised if our opponent bounces this Angel of Unity or has some way to save it. I'm actually surprised they did not. But they probably are just saving it to bounce the Cleric of Life's Bond again. I suspect Divide by 0 is in our future. No Siphon Insight. Yep. Though I do say that by adding Sedgemoor Witch, it's probably less. Actually, no. Who am I mistaken? It's probably still annoying. Yeah, but missing our land drops makes it worse. Thankfully, this is oh, you may play. So okay, they borrowed one of our kill spells for that purpose. Still can't cast Righteous Valkyrie, knowing what our opponent might have. Actually, I'm probably better off conceding at this point. I miss so many land drops that it's really not. We just miss land drop after land drop. We are gaining quite a... Well, it's like 3 life a turn, which is still something, but man, Vanishing Verse... And probably Siphon Insight as well. Oh no, they're actually holding it back. Very disciplined. But yeah, stuck on 3 lands. We were destined to lose this game, so it is what it is. And opponent hits the air, so they get Fading Hope again. Yeah, we finally hit the land, but do I even want to bother? I'm gonna play the voice first. I'm gonna keep holding up the Infernal Grasp. Okay, so they're just gonna bounce that. So we're going to make sure we don't see Leer again for the near future. But we are probably still going to die to all the Witch and all this. We would need a way to gain life. Unfortunately, yeah, all our ways of gaining life were actually, no, we didn't exactly hit that many. We just never hit the lands to begin with. Yeah, that's good game. We're stuck on 3 lands for too long. There was no way we were catching up to that. I think we did. Also, no, the only reason I say that's because our stuff just kept getting bounced back. It's really a horrible matchup. So maybe if you see it, because it's a free event, I concede right away. But I suspect there are better ways to combat that particular matchup. It might have to be a best of 3. Not really. If it gets more popular, I actually had Curse of Silence originally in the main deck. That's something could be done. Wow, am I gonna get greedy again? Okay, I'll keep this one just to demonstrate that greed. Just to demonstrate that greed is not a good thing. So prepare to watch me get punished. Oh, we hit Shine Shadows. We actually have some choices here. I can just Fateful Absence it now, get it out of the way. Yeah, I probably do. Let's do that. Then we'll need to see if our opponent... Okay, Briarbridge Tracker. It is a problem because it's a 4-3. So we did hit Shattered Sanctum. I might just do the Markov Purifier just to convince our opponent to... use their Blizzard Brawl. Or anything else. Because I'm very certain they have some sort of Blizzard Brawl. I will block, actually. Oh wait, it's only a 2-3. So Eska's Chariot. Yeah, that was a mistake. I mistakenly thought it was a 3. Oh, there we go. So Angel of Unity. I kind of want to stack it under Righteous Valkyrie, but it's going to be so suspicious. That's what the Cleric of Life spawned. Then we'll pass. Let's see if our opponent... Because I need to decide if I want to snipe the Chariot or the Faceless Haven. Okay, opponent goes to combat. Let's snipe the Chariot. We'll take 4. No blocks. Briarbridge Tracker again. Wow, opponent is going mid-range. Oh, do they also... Oh, don't tell me they also had the Blizzard. Well, at least we should have held the Blizzard Brawl, but it was gonna get more tokens. That would have been a problem. Also note that Faceless Haven's been nerfed. It's just 3 power, 3 toughness, so Cleric of Lifespawn can actually block it. I would not be surprised if we see more nerfs down the line. We will take... Oh, third class. It's only to gain a little extra life. But yeah, this one is really bad for us. Having most of our stuff get taken. Well, actually, the first goof up was blocking with Markup Purifier when we didn't have to. So I need to decide if I just block. Yeah, I probably block. So we're now hoping to hit another Cleric. We did not. So unfortunately, okay, guts 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's good game. We needed to hit anything that was not a land there, but that was unfortunate. We made a few mistakes also, so that one's kind of a bit of our fault. Yeah, mid-range is still is a bit of a thing here, so probably should not skimp on the removal. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the original version. Well, not quite original. Just I did make a few changes, but yeah. Let's cut these two. Let's not skimp on removal. Let's add the Fort Infernal Grasp. We had the full play set of Lifespawn, Angel, Aspirant, Purif. I guess we can go full play set of Righteous Valkyrie. There we go. So we're not skimping on creatures, but yeah, the experiment's over. Let's just go for the best stuff. It's probably better that way. So yeah, we're definitely keeping this. I could just play Malakir turn 1 into Pathway. Okay, we'll do another one. Gives me time to edit the deck list, I suppose. Yeah, Faithful Disciple. I think it's more suited for an enchantment build. I just don't have the cards. I just don't have quite the cards for it. So that one's gonna take a bit of a pause. Also, oh yeah, I should refresh the deck list also. Fresh cash. There we go. We're still keeping Emeria because you never know if the game gets long. So far, it hasn't quite happened yet. Okay, so we have a decision between turn 1 Cleric class or turn 1 Bloodchief's Terse, depending what our opponent does. Our opponent's taking their time deciding on the mulligan. I will definitely go 2/3 Aspirant Valkyrie. Snarl. Yeah, we'll do Cleric class. I will have to decide if I want to do that. Well, that's making it easy. You definitely don't play into a Jawari Disruption. Everyone kind of knows that. Though our opponent could have an alternate plan there, and they clearly are holding something up. It's either that or it's just some stuttering. I can now play I can technically play Aspirant Hold Up Malakir Rebirth now, actually. I would love to play Voice of the Blessed, but let's give our opponent something to consider. So, yeah, the buff now goes end step. Let's see if our opponent goes for burn. Divide by 0. That's actually fine. Let's let it bounce back. We need our opponent to burn as many divide by 0s as possible. Though the concern now is if our opponent is playing, if it's turns, we are going to be very behind. Opponent just going for cards. Interesting. Yeah, so Malakir Rebirth's like, I guess that's also another benefit of playing the white-green version with Trelasara. You get access to Snakeskin Veil as your protection of choice, which is actually quite decent. Opponent holding back though, that is concerning. So we'll play the Angel of Unity first to see if our opponent bounces stuff. Our opponent might also just have a burn down the house, which is another concern. So let's see what our opponent does. We're just taking it? Okay, that's interesting. Probably another, I would expect another, oh, it is literally turns, okay. So we have to be on the lookout for Galvanic Blast, which also means we probably want to start playing our other creatures. Battle of Frost and Fire, so we can Malakir Rebirth. Let's see if our opponent has a negate. It will use up their... It will use these up, but I'm actually fine with that. They could also have a Dragon's Fire, which would be annoying, but it is what it is. My other concern is that they might have another... So, by playing both of them, Voice is out of burn range. I'm probably gonna just put the counter on Righteous Valkyrie. I could also put in Voice again, but that's in Valkyrie, just in case. Because if our opponent were to snipe us down on life, this goes back... We want it to be at least a 3-5. My concern now is that they might have the big summoner. Cyclone Summoner, so we would have Infernal Grasp at least, that's the good news. Bad news is that we would have to rebuild our board all over again, and our opponent has all the cards in the world. They could also go for the Galvanic Iteration too. So if anything, it's a sign, it's a signal that... Oh wait, actually if they go for the Galvanic Iteration... They get the 2 turns, but they don't get the birds. Remember, that's the change. So it's not too bad until we see them put a card in, foretell a card. We also kind of need another land because we are planning to go Cleric class to probably buy back one of our key creatures in that event. Hit another Angel of Unity. Not liking casting it now. Our opponent could easily just bounce the Righteous Valkyrie, lower our threat profile. Ideally, we want them to do something about the Voice of the Blessed. Hullbreaker Horror. So we're actually... I want to see how they cast. Okay. Because they're clearly gonna float... Or they're just gonna let it go to damage? They clearly want to bounce something. Cinderclasm. Yes, I expected them to bounce that, so that's why we saved the Infernal Grasp. There we go. That was a neat dodge. Unfortunately, we would not be able to dodge the next Hullbreaker Horror, but we did force our opponent to use up all their mana for it. Alrund's Epiphany, but okay, it's just a draw discard, but no benefit because no birds. Actually, the draw discard might be a benefit in itself. Yeah, you might want to recheck the new wording on Alrund's Epiphany. It's I guess that might be the one thing that makes Alchemy more popular. Galvanic Iteration, probably a burn down the house to wipe the board clean. Galvanic Iteration. Cinderclasm, that would do. Oh wait, no, can't be Cinderclasm. They're out of red mana. Demon Bolt. Oh, they would have to stack it properly. So we'll lose the Angel of Unity as well. Oh, they Unfortunately, we don't have quite the right mana, so we'll play Voice, if only to charge up the next Voice. Yeah. So now we're vulnerable to a board wipe. That's the breaks. We do have another Voice, but Expressive Iteration. Opponent didn't go Galvanic. So many iterations. So opponent didn't Galvanic that, so they're looking for something more specific. Hit the Markov Purifier. Our opponent does not have a Hullbreaker Horror with that mana, but they could still have something. Like double Demon Bolt again would be a thing. No, double Divide by 0. It's not that annoying, believe it or not. Our opponent is forced to use up these resources quite a bit. Sure, they get to make a... And let's see, probably just play the Angel of Unity again. Let's bump up the Markov Purifier one more time. Kind of want to have something that can... Let's see, if our opponent... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Okay, not with this Galvanic Iteration. Also, the plot... With that Galvanic Iteration, they can do it. Okay, we hit the Marius Call, but we need that as a land right now. So... Our opponent could still get us. That's a concern. Not swinging with Voice. But wow, I wouldn't call this. I still wouldn't call this the best matchup though. Like, yeah, we'll take A. Okay, my concern is that they might have another Hullbreaker Horror, so I am not swinging with it. Yeah, it's because it's... Okay, they took it. And just play the Purifier, get us a chance to draw a card. Though our opponent could bounce it to mess it up, so... Well, bounce is fine, I would say. Yeah, the trigger happened, so at least we're getting a card. That's all I could ask for. Opponent does have the Hullbreaker Horror as predicted, and Fading Hope. Now, this doesn't trigger off copies, but it will trigger off when our opponent starts casting. Well, opponent's going for the clean board. And they can use Galvanic Iterations to actually bounce our spells. So we need to hit another piece of removal, which is annoying. Yeah, in the end, we couldn't match up to the other Hullbreaker Horror. We did take quite a long time. And our opponent has ways to protect it, which is a problem too. I also don't know if they have anything to respond in. Technically, they could just cast Galvanic Iteration to bounce stuff. So I'm just doing this to gain some life and not die quite right away. Choose a party. Yeah, we'll choose this one. But it's practically over for us. No, I could have changed the order so that this one then Cleric then Elderfang, but the opponent has the Prismari command. Bounces the spell, deals some damage. Yeah, we can concede this one. Our opponent can just cast the Galvanic Iterations and get us with that. So there we go. I would say that turns is a bit not. It's a bit of what I would say. Not that often, but I do suspect a lot of the blue-black builds also have. Actually, no. There was this one blue-black build. I was testing it out with the Clone Wizard. Got nothing out of it, so they clearly were not even running Hullbreaker Horror. But there we go. That's a kind of a first look at Alchemy. We played something that's kind of medium. It does show that the power decks are still going to be powerful, if not more so. The nerfs are interesting but inadequate. I probably will do another series of this with the cards that are buffed. So I might put, well, Omnath is nerfed, but it's a buff considering its previous iteration of banned. Though I think the mana is a bit tough. I might try other stuff like, say, the Cosmos Elixir and the other cards. I didn't run it in this particular deck because you really want to curve out into an early aggro. There is a good amount of mono white, mono green, mono red. That's still a concern. I could do a white-black control build. That would benefit from Cosmos Elixir. That's another possibility. But right now, I would say that it's still quite wide open. The known decks are still there. But some things have changed. Like we saw that the Alrund's Epiphany was less of a priority, though. Yeah, it looks like they just ported it straight without any changes, and they were still doing fine. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Oh yeah, might as well crack this pack. Let's see what we get out of this. So this is hoping that all of you guys do let me know what you guys think of Alchemy so far. I do encourage everyone to at least give it a try, even if you don't buy the extra cards. Just use the 3 packs you get, or you just use the 3 packs you get for free. Use the 3 packs you get for the event. Try churning out a few games. You'll get 9 packs for free, so that it's still a better value in that sense. And create a blood token and conjure a card named Blood Artist whenever you sacrifice. Oh, now this is something I would definitely build around. Shame I didn't open this one. I would have loved to see this one work. Also, I'm pretty sure the Blood Artist was not looking at us in the original version. What gives? Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.